Welcome back to the HellfireComms Disneython. Today we're going to be watching one of Pixar's best. This is WALL-E, and I'm here today with Helldragon.
WALL-E is probably one of my favorite Pixar movies. I mean, the story behind that is that I think like one day my sister comes up to me and she's like, "Hey, you want to go see a movie?" I'm like, I don't know. Because I usually don't go see movies. And it's like, she wanted to go see WALL-E. I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. You know, let's see how it is. And it turns out it's one of my favorite Pixar movies, so I think I kind of lucked out there a bit.
Yeah, same with me, man. I saw WALL-E, like, well after the fact. I think it took you, like, years of badgering to get me to even look at, like, the box art for it. But I just eventually sat down one day. I found, like, a rip of it online somewhere, and I was, like, just entranced by it. I was in love with this little flick.
It just has a really distinct, different style from the other ones, I think, in that it really feels more grounded in reality than the others, in certain obvious ways and certain more subtle ways. Like this right here, this is one of the opening numbers from Hello, Dolly, and I like how they play that, but then they slowly pan to what looks like a fucking post-apocalyptic Fallout Earth. It's a really stark contrast, and it's just kind of, wow, this is the movie's world. It sucks you in right away.
Yeah, Fallout is the key word there. It's got the whole juxtaposition between the old-sounding music and the futuristic landscape of the Earth.
Now, I wouldn't say it's post-apocalyptic. There is a reason it looks like this, but, you know, going in and you're not knowing this, you're thinking, what the living fuck is going on?
It's a really unique take on, like, a ruined Earth, I think. Like, the skyscrapers of rubbish and all that.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that's literal rubbish, by the way. It's just like, that's mounds upon mounds of trash.
Yeah, the Empire State of crap.
It just looks like New York normally, I would think. And there's the little hero of the hour, looks like.
So what type of robot is WALL-E?
Junk? I mean, he's very, endearing junk, but parts of him aren't entirely up to code, so to speak.
After the event, they just, mass-produce GameCubes and put them on wheels to clean up the Earth.
Do not talk about the event.
Think about happier times.
Yeah, it's kind of hard when you're running around post-apocalyptic trash New York.
Even after the event, the cockroaches will endure. Did you know that there's these people trying to stop cruelty against cockroaches?
Why?
There was like this scientific thing where they put like tracking beacons and whatnot on cockroaches, and they didn't want that to happen because apparently it was cruel to the cockroach, which can survive an atomic blast.
Yeah. One thing that really does kind of also amaze me about this movie is that they took the cockroach, one of the most disgusting creatures around, in my opinion, and actually made it kind of adorable.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this thing. It's got like the little curly antenna. It's surprisingly cute little chirps. I know I wouldn't have one as a pet because, like I said, they're disgusting creatures to me, but still.
I love the sense of scale in the city.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, you just get this whole sense that everything is just empty, man.
Desolation, abandonment. That's like the first half an hour of the film. Then it'll start to get a bit more lively. I'm not sure whether I agree with people that this is the better part of the movie. I love it as a whole, really.
Yeah, I like it as a whole. I don't know, I kind of like the fact, like, in the beginning, where they took a lot of different risks with this movie in that the main characters basically don't talk. And as you see here, all the exposition is being delivered through things like signs and newspapers, and we're going to see some holo displays in a minute. I thought it was directed really well, and it takes real skill to be able to get that off. Later on, when they're among the talking humans, it's not my favorite, but at the same time, there's a lot of really heartwarming moments that make that part worthwhile. I mean, I'm trying not to gush a lot about this movie, but I really do like it, and I really think it's well made, well written, and it really kind of gets to you. You feel so good at the end when you're done watching it.
No, that's the point of the Disneython. If you want to gush. In fact, I will say one thing about WALL-E. All the emotion from him, an inanimate object, ironically comes from his eyes.
I'm trying to remember what they were referencing for that. I know there was obviously some inspiration from a Johnny Five of Short Circuit, but I think there were some other influences and things like that. But they're very expressive, yeah.
But I would argue that this has a better ratio, like act-wise, than Up does, because Up has a fantastic 10 minutes, and the rest of the movie is kind of blasé. Whereas this, you have the Earth, and then you have space, so it's like two distinct different styles, and they both work.
And you notice here they're actually using live action, actors, and they have a really interesting way they communicate the transition to this, CGI animation, but that comes way later on. I'll point that out. If you've seen this, though, you probably know what I'm talking about, like I said.
Fred Willard, fantastic comedic actor.
He was also Swindle in Transformers Animated. That's the only other voice acting role I know him to be in.
He was Ron Burgundy's boss in Anchorman.
They're making a sequel to that. I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not going to live up to the original, but it should be good for a laugh, I guess.
Well, let's hope so. It's a comedy. This tragedy is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Actual shots of my recording setup. "15 broken PS1s. I don't even know why he has 15. Should have stopped after 10.
I don't know, PS1's still pretty good. Maybe he could cobble something together from that.
Take all the parts and actually make a PS2.
You know, he was digging through all that rubble, but he still didn't find any games for the PS3.
That's an oldie but a goodie.
Yep. Oh, on the iPod there, they actually kind of play back to that a bit later on. I think the movie, I can't believe I don't know the name of this movie off the top of my head. My Fair Lady? Shit.
Old ass movie that was created before I was born. Brilliant.
Old ass movie, who cares? I'm from the 90s. 90s forever.
Yeah, I'm surprised the people who make the scary movies didn't actually come up with a movie called Old Ass Movie. I forget, doesn't Rex, the toy Rex from Toy Story, show up in Wally's junk at some point? I probably could have said that better.
Yeah, you know, you'll see a lot of references to other Pixar movies within the Pixar movies. I think there's some, like, Toy Story dolls, you know, kind of lying about.
And isn't that a reference to the fact that Toy Story would come out after this, Toy Story 3?
Maybe?
Because I know in Ratatouille, when Remy is running through the house, you see the shadow of the dog from Up.
Boy, that is a ton of foreshadowing.
Pixar like to do that.
Well, I mean, it's okay. You know, it's a basic tenet of a lot of storytelling. That's fine, as long as it's done well.
Like in Finding Nemo, in the dentist's office, I believe one of the kids is reading a Mr. Incredible comic. We could probably create a commentary just around Pixar's use of cross-references, to be honest.
Oh, they let me loose.
He's coming! He's going to tell you how much he loves you, Wally. Run!
Wally, push.
I loved your use of lighting.
You know, we actually thought for a while that Twinkies were going to be gone forever, but no, they came back. No, seriously, you heard what happened with that company, right?
Oh, Hostess, yeah.
Yeah, they're, I don't know who got their assets, but, you know, Twinkies didn't, you know, go out for too long.
Oh, he rocks himself to sleep. Would sunlight even be able to permeate the very dusty atmosphere of the planet now?
I guess it can, somehow, because he's still able to get, you know, sunlight power off of it. And like I was saying before, a lot of this is huge foreshadowing. It's deliberately building this up. So at first it doesn't really seem like there's a point, but trust me, it all comes back into play later.
I can imagine a lot of people getting bored and possibly angry at the lack of dialogue in this film. But
Nothing's blowing up! Me at age 10.
Wally doesn't have a gun!
Who would he shoot at in this, abandoned world?
The cockroaches, obviously. This is the last one. Wally killed the rest. Well, off I go to make trash GameCubes, otherwise known as GameCubes.
Ooh, nicely done.
Just kidding.
Yeah, that happens all the time whenever I try to smush a roach.
JK, LOL.
Look, I found some Wii U's in the rubbish.
Unused. Funny though.
Hello, darling.
Oh, Wally, you robotic man-child.
I mean, what else are you gonna do if you're the only thing on the planet basically picking up all this stuff? Fuck that.
He's so like a kid. You know, you ever had like a toy that you kind of like, but you enjoyed playing with the box instead?
Yeah, I think we've all had that story.
This is also foreshadowing.
Flinging it away. Fuck you. Eventually we'll have enough room to build the Lowe's.
Inside is Indiana Jones.
That's the first hint of real color in the movie, I've realized.
And it really pops, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the strongest colours so far have been this green and the red of, like, Wally's ship and so on. Also, the first technical living thing, besides the cockroach.
Well, can we really consider the cockroach a living thing as opposed to, like, an abomination?
Don't be a cockroach. I can't even say it. A cockroach racist. There we go.
Okay, I'm just gonna... Don't move, let's just see what's going on here.
Now it's Wally's time to shine.
This is what happens when you dangle money on the floor in front of me. I gotta get that shit, I need that $5.
No, there's $10 just sitting on the table over there. I don't care.
This one's more stimulating. I feel like I've earned it. 1,000 gods with 1,000 light pointers. Meanwhile, up above, like, the Normandy is scamming for nutrients.
What are the odds that the circle would come around Wally? Oh.
It feels a bit hot here, is it just me? I'm still honestly kind of surprised he survives this. This is luck right here.
If you wanted action, you got action.
But he doesn't have a gun!
That's a good job I was built to survive on the sun.
That's the Ginyu Force, they finally landed. What does it feel like to be the Reaper that goes after a completely abandoned planet?
Jerry the Reaper.
Guys, what the fuck is this? There's not even anybody here. Oh, we just wanted to give you something easy to handle, Jerry.
No, he's really stupid. It's like sending Goku to Earth or Kakarot. they thought the Earthlings were so weak, they sent a baby to take care of them all.
Looks like it's scanning for an alternate mode. Did it just give birth?
How can a robotic cube be so adorable?
I mean, it takes a lot of, design and know-how to really be able to get across his various expressions without dialogue. That takes skill, like I said.
And Pixar have that in spades.
PS6 looks amazing! And it's ice-chilled for your convenience.
They finally got a game. Turns out it's only a demo, though.
I really love how starkly Eve's design. This is Eve, if you know, by the way. I'm just assuming you've seen the movie already. I really love how Eve's design starkly contrasts with Wall-E, and it really sets up their dynamic really well as it develops over the course of the movie. I love the whole, even with her, like with Wall-E, she doesn't have a face, but she's got that LED sort of display with her eyes, and that still allows her to be really expressive.
Like, Wall-E is all rustic and retro, Eve is very sleek and modern.
Like, she's an Xbox and he's an Atari. It's like that one song.
But will they find love? Find out tonight, 7 Central.
When I get back to the Reapers, I'm gonna fucking tell them what I think about this shithole. New Red Hot Spicy Wall-E.
Red Hot Chili Heatwave, Wall-E. She also resembles a seed a little bit, which is very apt considering her main role in the story, which I won't give away here.
Oh yeah, definitely. I see what you mean by that. I still wish I could lucid dream, because I would totally do what Eve is doing here. Well, I mean, everybody wants to fly. That's kind of like a common, thing you want to do in a dream, I don't want to look like an iPod, but... the sad part is that, like, a few months later, she'll get outdated for the new version.
I love the subtle, soft music, and it has slight hints of, like, spaciness to it.
Oh yeah, I love the music in this movie. I mean, just beyond, whoa, alright, darling.
There's the gun.
There's the gun, finally, explosions! He might be a little dead. Maybe 80% dead.
Typical, the Xbox bot has a gun.
Competitive Call of Duty goes bad. Even during the apocalypse, they still have fucking clothing stores you can go to.
I'm not sure how to feel about this take of Metroid Prime. Just scanning everything. Stalker mode engaged.
Considering her purpose, I'm not sure why her scanner is in wider range, because I know they set her down in this particular area because of what they detected, but you would think her scanner would be able to cover a lot more area if they only sent out one of these, She's kind of just, using up a lot of time scanning very small areas at a time. Yes, the cockroach can take the atomic blast. It is in fact superhuman. Stop having emotions, it's clearly getting you in trouble.
GameCube detected. 5 games.
One of them is Wario World, though, and that's okay. Inadequate gaming console detected.
Off to play PS2 mode engaged.
I can't wait to stalk that, and that's what he does, of course.
Yes, his adorable factor is offset by the fact that, he's a stalker.
Well, I mean, this is the only other person like him. Okay, person, they're robots, clearly.
Massive skyscraper tier Quotation marks.
And of course, he's so lovably awkward.
It's you if you were a robot.
Fuck off. Yeah, but, I'm that good around shopping carts, I admit. So like I was saying, this is the only other kind of robot that's on the planet. So of course he's curious. It makes sense. I don't know who's singing this song.
It's good stuff, though.
Nicely done, Wally. Good. I know where all the points went in your stats. It's definitely not your speed and agility.
Charisma, though. Oh.
Well, sometimes that's debatable.
Which stat did you put points into? Dexterity? Creation?
I like how it's got a toilet lid for the head.
She doesn't like my recolor? Aww.
Oh, come on. That's just cruel.
Hey, it's the Pizza Planet truck. I believe that also appears in every movie. I know it's in Monsters, Inc. for sure.
These are still operational? Okay, well, it's a magnet. You can't exactly turn that off. This is the Michael Bay portion of the movie.
I think he was drafted in just for this portion.
Special guest director scene.
Look at the way the fire just pops against all the brown and whatnot.
Some robots just want to watch the world burn.
Eve was not sent to learn from us. She was sent to destroy us.
I forgot which tagline that was. Maybe I can be your plant tonight.
So, fire, huh?
Pretty good. Is that your interest too? Do you like lighters?
Did you ever see Up? Personally, I thought the first 10 minutes are great. Oh.
Please don't kill me. I'm trying to remember who voices Eve. I think it was... Oh, shit.
Voiced by Alyssa Knight.
Ah, yeah, they use a lot of distortion, but... Well, okay then.
Aww.
Oh, and everybody awed, yeah. That is a pretty silly name.
As in the eve of your planet's destruction.
Nope, personal space. THD. I'm booning up. THD.
Doodle-doodle-doo, Tom.
Oh no, he's coming again.
I just want to tell you how superior your design is to other robots. The arrival of Helldragon is heralded by a massive boom.
I'm a pretty explosive kind of personality. Now they're gonna knock over my lighter collection.
Crap detected. Crap detected.
Wow, what a nice hole you have. Every day is my birthday.
My creators told me about this. The Hoarder.
The shithole. No, you can blow it up. Go ahead, it's fine.
Some say it was the talking war matter track that led to Earth's destruction.
I believe it. I have to admit, I kind of like playing with these myself, even if I'm not actually beating any eggs with it. I just like the design. I like how it's set up. That's why they pay me the big bucks.
This is very Little Mermaid-esque in the way they misinterpret random things.
Oh, yeah. A way to take the fun out of it. I don't even know how she's able to do that.
She's a power source in and of herself.
Well, yeah, but how is it leaking through her, surface? Well, see, if you invested in Blu-rays now available at your local Walmart, you wouldn't be having this problem. I've also got Smokey and the Bandit, if you want to see that.
Power Rangers the movie?
What? Look, the apocalypse didn't exactly give me a big library to work with, you know what I'm saying?
Wally, why is this tape worn out? I don't want to talk about it. My granddad took me to see that 6 times, don't ask.
That's what happens when I dance. Thud, thud, thud.
Wally, you are aware you're wearing a hubcap, right?
What, no schnapps? Best night of my life.
Did I just get laid?
Felt like it.
It's okay, I have the technology, I can fix it.
I just noticed he has a bunch of car batteries in the corner. Got my Sharingan lenses in here.
Can you do that, Eve?
Don't you think it's totally cool?
You'll come to notice that Eve enjoys fire and destruction just a little bit too much.
Yeah, it's like a running theme at the moment. Man, if we had some Iron Maiden, this would be really great, don't you think?
Robot Rock would work better, I think.
Oh, that's just contrived, come on. I like how coincidentally the movie skips ahead to that exact scene where it would be appropriate for what's going on. This is what an i5 feels like. What is this compassion? My systems can't detect that?
What is this robot emotion humans called love?
Trying to bring out his chemistry set to impress her. Well, that's the ticket.
We detected. We detected.
Must mark it appropriately.
Collecting. Setting forth to acquire munches.
Is the robot having her period? Oh great, my Eve died. I gotta go ship it in and get a new one.
Okay, that's gotta count as getting robo-laid.
So I'll declare this date successful, and I'll meet you next week. How does that sound?
You're positively glowing. Okay, is he saying Eve or Eva? Because those are two completely different things.
Well, her name is Eve, but he mispronounces it as Eva because his vocal processor is shit, I guess.
Also, he's a fan of anime.
That's true. At least here you'll get a nice tan. So what do you want to do today? Let's just punish him a bit more, because he hasn't gone through it enough yet.
God, why do you hate Wally? Because it made me cry!
Oh, what are you doing? What's like that scene in Transformers?
Trying to make sparks fly.
Wally wasn't allowed to have a real dog.
Taking E for a walk. Kiss the girl.
I have to admit, this would be a pretty cool setting to have tabletop role-playing campaigns in.
Alternately, you could just play Fallout 3 and enjoy that.
Why? Everybody says New Vegas is better anyway. Rent a girlfriend. Sometimes they don't work out.
Don't date robots! Okay, I get you're trying to juxtapose the whole past versus futuristic elements, but you could have chosen something more recent than Pong.
Yeah, like, games that people will remember, like, Bubsy. I gotta go to work.
Gotta bring home the bacon. Figuratively speaking, of course, pigs died eons ago.
I can't wait to play the level that was in the video game version of this.
I'll call this one Sunshine. You can sit here right next to Double Dash and Wind Waker.
Raise your hands!
I will make them pay for what they did to Eve.
I have a very particular set of skills.
I will find you, and I will manage you into a trash cube.
You know, I've seen art where he actually does that to the real people.
Oh,
like,
God.
Fucked up shit, man. No way I can explain. Her dad's coming to take her home.
Assuming control.
Oh man, I'm glad I came back and got this. Sovereign would have been pissed.
You stay here and guard the trash.
You can't go on an adventure. Nobody likes roaches.
Does he actually have a name, like Cocky the Roach?
Let's not call him Cocky, okay? Okay, I have to admit, this sequence right here probably wouldn't work out. I mean, I really admired the guy's dedication, obviously, especially through that previous sequence, but there's probably no way he should feasibly survive this.
Now, me being a robot, I know these things. I once tried to grab onto a shuttle as it was exiting into orbit.
Yeah, I'm just speaking from robot experience. I can't believe I lived on such a shithole.
It looks a lot greyer from up here.
Oh.
In space, no one can hear you pine.
I really like this sequence, and particularly, just how he's coasting through the universe going up to the ship. I have actually seen, fan art where he's on the ship, and in the distance, in, the galaxy, Tengatapa Gurren and the anti-spiral were fighting. I like that. I thought that was pretty neat.
I'm not gonna lie, I think this whole section of him going through space is so much more well done than it was in Treasure Planet.
Why would you compare it to Treasure Planet?
Treasure Planet also had a Star Voyage scene.
It was also space-themed. Much like Star Wars. Talk about seeing stars, man.
Leave the puns to me, Helldragon.
I'm kind of surprised he held on for this long. I mean, either the ship is going really fast, to get to its destination, or he has one hell of a grip.
That is extremely needy, as we saw in the Wally and Eve scenes.
I never liked this season of Star Trek. What are you doing?
Wally in space! Or is it Lost Galaxy?
Wally Lost Galaxy, go! I can't believe they named their ship after a particular form of phrase, the axiom. Well, I'm going to call mine the adverb, just to throw you guys off. Watch out, it's the homonym.
Oh no, the deadly comma is approaching!
Hey, don't be a homophone.
Those goddamn homophones. And this is the point where you'll probably decide whether you like Wally as a whole or not. Because if you disliked the opening scenes of Desolation, but, enjoyed the parts where Eve came in and started making things more lively, you'll love the movie from here on out. If you really liked the whole quiet aspects, but hated when Eve came in, you'll probably dislike the rest of the movie.
Yeah, it's such a very drastically different kind of change in terms of the tone, the setting, and things like that. I mean, like I was saying earlier, I liked the stuff when Eve came in, and I still like this part to a degree, but I just think the desolation aspect of the whole first part of the movie was a lot more interesting to me. And just like a bureaucracy.
Gonna wash you good.
See, this is what happens when you romp around.
Shine your shoes, governor.
Shine everything, governor. I don't even know how that brush could conceivably clean all of that, and desanitize it and stuff. This guy, oh man. I'm so surprised to this day that, that's Gopher coming in. I'm so surprised of how many people hate Gopher. They hate him so much, and he doesn't even have a personality. He's not actively malicious, he's just doing his job. And yet so many people hate the guy.
Wait, are we talking about the police robot here or the cleaner bot?
The police robot.
People hate this guy here?
Yeah, they hate him. They thought he was I guess a villain of the highest caliber, put him in the list of all the all-time great villains. Hannibal Lecter, Darth Vader, Gopher.
Well, this is Pixar. Disney have very clearly defined villains like Jafar, Hades, etc. Pixar tend to go for more ambiguous antagonists. Even the guy in Up, who I could say is one of the most villainous Pixar antagonists, was still misguided rather than flat evil. Hopper was more of a dick than anything, really.
Well, I would say Hopper is pretty close to the whole, he's an actual kind of villain. But I agree what you say when you're talking about guys like, say, Syndrome, who, even though he was an asshole, he had what he thought was very good personal reasons for doing things. And I felt that made him a much better villain in the long term. But Gopher, man, he's just doing his job. And he doesn't, actively have any sort of personality. Now, I'm actually sometimes not sure how to feel about the theme they're trying to build up here, in that, here on the ship, everything is very organized and orderly, but as a result of Wally's actions, he kind of has people start thinking for themselves and things like that. It sort of really contrasts with the opening part of the movie, which really didn't have much of a theme trying to go on there. Like I said, it was mostly foreshadowing and build up for other events later on, but it wasn't trying to establish any particular end. You know what I'm saying? I remember when this movie came out, though, and there was, besides the concern, that there was a very heavy environmental theme, there was this, this part right here with all the lazy humans and things like that. They thought it was a message where it was, you shouldn't be a lazy asshole all day, you should get up and make something out of your life and things like that. And they basically came out and said that, that wasn't their intent. But at the same time, I can kind of see where they're coming from with that.
Well, if you give humans this level of luxury and coddling, they will just turn into blobs.
That's true. I mean, we as a species are designed to basically be very conservative in our actions to, I forgot the proper term, but basically to ensure survival by not expending more energy than needed. This especially comes in terms of like habits. We create habits to automate behaviors so that, we don't have to constantly think about them, and it's sort of geared, to our ensuring survival. But bad habits like these, as a result, can really mess us up. This is John Ratzenberger, by the way, who has a role in every Pixar movie. They basically have gone out and said that he's their good luck charm. The only other one I know was that in the end of The Incredibles when he was the Underminer.
He was also the head waiter in Ratatouille.
I believe in the comics, they had some Incredibles comics. I believe the Underminer got killed by some other villain that they made up with. I don't remember his name at the moment. I have to admit, that's kind of convenient, just having food in a cup. You don't have to cook it or nothing. It's just, boom, it's in a cup. But I get that's the message. If you don't do your own work, this kind of shit is going to happen. You'll be in the star of a highly successful movie, which is the worst fate.
Blue really doesn't suit these guys. Try black. It's slimming.
Yeah, and trust me, you'll like that.
Although it's funny, if everyone's fat, no one's going to judge other people for being fat, you know what I mean?
If everyone's fat, then no one will be. Come on, you knew that was going to happen. Oh wow, the world outside of Skype is a bit weird, isn't it? I'm kind of surprised they remember how to talk.
This movie loves its panning shots.
Oh yeah, and that looks like the most bitching swimming pool. I would want to go to that one.
Like, if I had to travel through space, I'd definitely take a ship like this.
Well, I guess that's the point, What, you didn't? Considering all the panning shots? Look, this text adventure isn't going to play itself, kid. Come on. I really like this robot. I don't know why. He just has a very distinct appearance about him.
Very GLaDOS-like.
He just gives a look, and then he does the little wave. I like him. I like him a lot.
So much personality in these inanimate objects.
Oh, yeah. See, look, he's getting the idea now. Oh, here we go. The big man himself. This isn't the sandwich I ordered.
That number back there, present throughout many Pixar films.
Yeah, here it's the basically the directive to return to Earth, which will, obviously be a dividing point later on. The room is just wide enough to contain me. I like it. Now, see, look, what they did here, the whole realistic actors, and they basically transition into the more cartoonish CGI. I thought that was really kind of subtle and damning in a way,
It's also indicative of what happened to humanity. They started out regular, light size, normal proportions, and then transitioned into these cartoony-looking characters.
Now, apparently, that's what happens if you stay in space too long. Basically, you sort of puff out, so to speak. It's like you're slowly getting microwaved into like a delicious candy-filled center. He's got a little cape!
Surprised he's not wearing a muumuu.
Well, it's damn close, isn't it? They got the, proto spandex things going on.
Hey Fatty, here's a film for you, A Fridge Too Far.
Now, Otto here is voiced by Macintalk, probably the first computer software to be the villain of a movie.
Yes, here's some trivia for you, ripped directly from the pages of IMDb. A text-to-speech program first included with the original Apple Macintosh computer in 1984.
Truly the most evil presence, the greatest villains in history. Hannibal Lecter, Darth Vader, Gopher, Macintalk. I got comms to do!
What are you trying to say, Helldragon?
I was implying me more than you. I like how they changed one drink ad to a different drink ad because it was a different time of the day.
Keep drinking, never stop drinking.
That's pretty much all they can do. Can they even chew properly now? Finally, an aid for the common man like myself.
That's actually pretty handy, though.
Well, for, the big words. They probably do that for, the small words like kitchen. Opposite of negative. Oh, thank you, Otto. I got it. Should I hug the PS6? I don't know. Get it?
By my swirling cars, this is completely new.
I detect jolly time. He's got a YouTube video all loaded up in case this happens.
This was the last YouTube video posted before humanity left for the stars.
Now, what a way to go out, huh? At least it wasn't another fucking viral song. Yeah, you might want to look into that a little.
Yeah, one plant's not indicative of an entire planet's worth of crops. If you have forgotten how to repopulate, you're kinda fucked. Bye!
Please refer to our reading lessons. Slight fat. Yeah. You've got a cancer of the fat. We'll have to take it all out.
You are now more balloon than man.
We are the Balloonatics.
Yeah, fat asses. B&L stands for big and large, doesn't it?
By and large, you were close. Halfway there. This devilish book technology. Here, shithead.
Now, I never got this the first time, but Otto is actually a captain's steering wheel.
Yes, he is the autopilot. That's why he's called Otto. No, I can't show Dad my boyfriend.
We're from two different worlds, what would he think?
I'm surprised he can read that without his little punctuation thing going on.
That's Sigourney Weaver as the voice of the ship, by the way.
Yeah, kind of an odd casting choice, and yet still appropriate. It's gonna blow up, isn't it? They took my baby! Hey, well, no. You know, you gotta obey personal space too here, darling. Yep, she's barren.
Should I blow all humans out of the airlock?
Well, that's kind of jumping the gun there a bit, don't you think, Otto?
Damn it, sir. I just want to do something fulfilling for a change.
The most evil of robots. I'm an optical illusion. Hey, I'm part of the new sales force. How you doing?
At least Wally's not like Lilo, who takes pictures of fat people.
That's kind of an odd habit to teach to Lilo, I would think.
Or I remember reading a theory where it's like she's not making fun of the fat people, it's just that, something, like, she's no longer the tourist attraction, they're the tourist attraction to her.
I like how part of that theory was just something, like you glanced over.
Hey, I'm paraphrasing, okay?
I'm paraphrasing how much I don't know about the thing I'm talking about, which is a common occurrence with myself. Holy shit, I have Wikipedia on this thing!
Smosh, PewDiePie, Game Grumps. Define heart attack.
Define. Chunky chocolate surprise. It's like a spy music movie theme is playing it right now. So are we married, Eva?
Welcome to Arkham Asylum.
There's like a Joker robot in here. There's a Clayface robot, if that's even possible now that I think about it.
KillerCroc.exe.
You could conceivably make a Killer Croc robot.
Man, the Daleks got really effeminate in the future.
I like here how they basically set up like these defective robots, yet somehow sort of become the de facto good guy heroes of the movie in a sense. Me every day.
And that's why I never get massages.
Well, good. We know that she's not drunk anymore, I guess. And this is a neat trick right here.
Wally, her body parts can float, you dumbass.
Yeah, I think he's kind of... Wally's kind of stupid, let's be honest. I mean, I like the little shit, but come on.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Sure. Mega Man's day off.
We are so getting a divorce.
Spring break is officially on!
Laywaste.exe has been activated.
Our savior!
The robots are running the asylum now.
Send out more pillar robots! Somehow they'll deal with it.
Are they just like roadblock things?
I think so, yeah.
He's got a gun!
He has a gun arm.
Same thing, kill him!
I just love how they push him ahead a little. You got this shit. Now, why that exact frame right there, as opposed to all the frames that surround it that basically point out that she does not, in fact, have the gun on her arm at the moment? Wait, they have weapons?
They're the roadblock of the future, of course they do.
I'm not rogue, I'm a little bit sassy at times, but I wouldn't say I'm rogue. Sometimes you have to look back on where you are right now and just think to yourself, how did I get here? It was mostly Wall-E. That's how I got here. So I guess the weekend's canceled, huh? I'm going to send you to the convention planet from which you can never escape.
Sit down, shut up, don't touch me, and just enjoy, okay? Get in.
It's our new mobile coffin.
I said, get in.
He's just just a dork. That's why we love him, I guess.
The GameCube was meant to exist on Earth and only Earth. We can't allow it to plague the cosmos.
Don't you hate it when your GameCube misbehaves? The most evil of robots. Gopher! Watch out, he's got a scheme.
Do you hate a baker for baking bread? If so, you'll probably agree with the people who dislike this character. Oh, I see what you mean, because he took the planet and he's trying to send it back to Earth.
Yeah, but it's not on his orders, of course. But still, the most evil of robots. Now here's the second part of the movie where I'm like, there's no way he should have gotten out of this. But he does.
Isn't there like a Wall-E related short called Burn E, which takes place on the outside of the ship?
Yeah, but when that starts, it doesn't actually come up until a bit. I'll point it out. Where's the confetti option? Damn, Microsoft Flight Simulator, I can never drive these things. Why would you put self-destruct on an escape pod, may I add? Is this how they execute people who don't play along on the by and large ship? Oh, there's that damn fire extinguisher again.
Cut to credits.
That's harsh, dude. LJ with this crazy thing!
I'm just gonna, just ruin the atmosphere of the scene by saying, there is no atmosphere. They shouldn't be able to talk in this situation.
Well, they are robots, and this is the future, so I don't know. I'm still not sure if, a fire extinguisher would properly work within the vacuum of space, but I don't know. I've never had to do that.
Well, sound doesn't carry in a vacuum. Doesn't matter if you're human or if you're a robot.
Okay, let's turn on the emotion here. One of my favorite scenes in the movie. It's really heartwarming, and it really gets to me.
It's really fucking good, yeah.
You just feel so happy.
Okay, so we're married now, right?
Well, we kissed. I guess that means we had sex. Now, of course, you could bring up the fact that the fire extinguisher should probably not last this long, especially with what they're about to do here. But still, this is just... It's a really touching scene. And, like, after the movie came out, I was in, like, that whole WALL-E mindset. I was rewatching this on YouTube. So, I got a copy of this on YouTube before the DVD came out. Not like the whole movie, just the scene. But still, it just makes you feel good.
It's nice to just say you'd be completely 100% positive about something for a change, mate.
Well, it's not entertaining when you're positive. You gotta be negative about stuff to, make people laugh, I find. But still, I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I just really like this scene. It's touching. I like how their colors just kind of dissolve.
Did he actually say his name's John there? Getting a bit lazy with the character creation, aren't we, Pixar?
That's John, that's Mary. Yeah, that's their names.
Really?
Yeah, that's their names. Do you care? It's about WALL-E, isn't it?
They could have been a bit more on the nose and called them Joseph and Mary.
Or Adam and Eve. Oh wait, no, Eve's already taken, isn't she? Pizza, this devil's food. The rare pizza tree, once found on our native Earth.
Well, it's funny you say that, because didn't America classify pizza as a vegetable?
Look, let's not bring that up. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
It's doubly annoying, because, tomatoes are a fruit, not a vegetable.
Well, they feel like a vegetable to me, and I am short-minded, and I won't change my opinion. Now this right here, this is when the Bernie short starts. Because Bernie right here gets caught outside, and the short basically chronicles him on the outside of the Axiom as the rest of the movie's going on, including the trip back to Earth. It's short, but, it's still decently funny for what feels like it should have been a boring premise. So there you go.
No fun ever.
Just instantly kill that robot. I'm sure he was only doing his job. Okay, so we gotta sneak into Skynet now and make sure this never happened, okay?
Just basically write ourselves out of existence.
Now, it's good to have an auto map for the level, don't you think?
Oh god, the Lido. I'm getting Habbo Hotel flashbacks.
Calm down, Mac Daddy. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get his Mac on.
They've got pet names for each other now. I'll be the Adam to your Eve. Yeah.
I don't know where you were going with that, and I propose we stop. Yeah, but does it turn into a robot? That's what I'm interested in.
Turns out Earth is actually Unicron.
Ooh, that'd be terrifying, wouldn't it? The trash is back to take its revenge. I got out of my chair and looked. You should try it sometime. I gotta see all the pizza trees. Did he put a Wi-Fi dongle on her? That looks like Planet Shithole. Jerry?
Did you send them to the trash planet?
Just no. You do? I'm kind of surprised. We just defined it.
This is what our ancestors used to do, with their regularly proportioned legs.
Foot goes in shoe.
plant goes in mouth. No, Captain, plant goes in ground.
It doesn't want to be in this movie any longer. It's trying to take itself out. I remember 30 minutes ago, too. Good times. Now, see, I told you this was all build-up. It looked like it was filmed in Paranormal Activity vision.
It's like a table just slides in the background behind Wally.
At least she can get good internet with that dongle thing on her. She'll never go for a country bumpkin like myself.
Maybe if I lose the towels.
I don't know, I think they add a lot of character. I was really fond of this level, too. Talk about going up shit creek. You gotta do what you gotta do for love, man.
Luckily, Wally had plenty of time to play the GameCube ports of Splinter Cell after the event.
He probably played his own video game before he went and did this movie, so he knew what to expect.
In fact, his own video game may or may not have triggered the event.
Thanks, I'm drowning!
You ever been so fat you just watered a boot?
Yeah, I've had one of those nights.
I assure you that this is a pot calling the kettle black kind of commentary.
We've got to set up another chain of Walmarts. Oh, hello. I have HTML that says what I should do. Captain, buddy, honey, darling, stop, being proactive. We can't have that.
Stop being proactive, or you will stop breathing.
How you will stop breathing is also classified. Just. Oh no, this was the last YouTube video they made.
Just kept it on private or something.
Yeah, after the last YouTube channel went down, Earth kinda turned itself over.
The public didn't take kindly to Anchorman 2. Things just started to go downhill after that.
Yeah, the Gangnam Style 24-hour channel wasn't as popular as we thought it would be. There have been revolts in the streets.
Ad revenue rates just plummeted.
Yeah, that sounds like work. Yeah, I'm with Fred Willard on this one. Work? What's that? Oh, he almost slipped a bad word in there.
It's a surprisingly dark movie. It just covers it up with a lot of cartoony aesthetics.
Oh yeah, I mean, like the whole fact that they're basically doomed to be in space like this, unless they do something about it. It's just really kind of heavy shit,
Doubly heavy if you think about the fact that most Pixar movies take place in the same universe.
Oh yeah, especially. They've actually attributed to that more directly in the comics. I believe there was a crossover in the Monsters Inc. comic with Toy Story. I don't know if... I think Bon Voyage from The Incredibles was also in that comic, too.
Bon Voyage is actually in Ratatouille. I'm not sure if it's the same character, but it's the same model.
Is this before he became a obnoxious French-themed supervillain?
Possibly. The Incredibles are dead, Nemo's dead, the cars are dead, that's a good thing.
Oh, look at this right here. The fact that it zooms in more gradually, that's just fucking up there shit, you know? This is my captain's chair, you'll respect that.
Oh my god, I just realised it's not a cape, it's just his coat that he's outgrown.
The most evil robot! With violence. Impregnate me now!
What the fuck?
Oh no, the plant has superpowers! I return!
Earth is having its revenge. Oh, it's just Wally.
Well, also good. You know, I would have liked the whole plant superpower angle. That'd be different, I admit. The most evil robot.
Give me the plant. Give me the bird.
Fucking ganked! Eva! That's why they don't like him, you know, they kind of zoom in on him a lot and make him look more intimidating than he actually is. I mean, yeah, a gopher's actions are dickish, but, you know, again, he's a robot, he was only doing what he was told.
You want to focus on someone who could be interpreted as evil, focus on Otto. Listen to that voice, man.
I mean, a lot of people do focus on Otto, you know, being the villain in that sense. Fuck, man, I've seen, like, fan art where he's, like, I don't know, they draw him as an attractive boy, because they can do that, I guess.
You don't need to humanize robots, okay?
What if the robots are human-ish in shape?
Stop it, cut it out.
I don't care if there are layers to that meaning, just don't do it. You watch that stuff's gonna rain down in some other planet. They're like, oh, well, some asshole's throwing out the shit meteors again.
These are Wall-us. They're like Wally's big brothers.
Big, in that particular sense. I'm trying to think of if there are any other Wall robots. You know, we have Wally, Walla,
Mart.
Walmart. Yeah, that's kind of robotic and systematic in a way, yeah.
Man, Sony really went a long way to try and destroy Nintendo's legacy.
This is how we play in the console business, motherfucker. I'm sitting on a Game Boy Advance, it hurts. Yeah, this is a good reason to risk your life, Mo. Here I come to clean the day! Press A, press A, press A, press A!
Nice contrast between Wally and the Wallers. The Wallers have just, like, flash beams for eyes. They don't have, like, humanoid eyes at all for scanning.
Yeah, they look distinctly non-human, yeah. I guess we learned when Wally got hit by that electrical prod that he is in fact weak to electric type attacks.
How would Wally even be classified as Pokemon-wise? Steel type?
Well, yeah, that's kind of the default, isn't it? I'm gonna give him an AMD processor because that's the cheapest we can get. Now you only have everything else to do.
Come here so I can just smack you.
Now, I think this scene played out differently in the original storyboards, and it was actually reflected in the video game, where Eve was the one that got damaged by Otto, and Wally basically had to, you know, go fish her out and save her. Or maybe they changed that for the game. I do know, like, the Divine Dancing scene was actually... it was originally cast to be set in, like, a storage closet. Obviously, they weren't dancing around, but there was, like, the spinning, the kissing, and things like that. And I guess they just moved it out to space because, you know, that looks more impressive.
Yeah, you kind of just tossed away the directive, Eve.
No, sex later. Gotta be a hero. Look at him, he looks so fucking miserable. You know, they made a lot of versions of Wally's at Toys. They never really made the almost dying Wally figure, I noticed. I actually have a Wally figure somebody got me for Christmas. It's like a remote-controlled one. He's sitting over here. He's looking up at Unicron, who is currently giving the finger with both hands. Yes, you can set your Unicron to do that. You know there was a hole. Fuck it, whatever. I hate how Fox News spreads anything as fact. Who's leaking? I just have a little problem. I'm just saying.
Surprise, motherfucker!
See, this time she actually means to kill somebody. The rush for Black Friday starts.
Caution, what does that taste like?
I've never ate a caution before. Yeah, because those guys were so effective. Watch out, we'll stop you from moving to a place. I just realized, actually, they're like dominoes. He's sending out attack dominoes, basically.
Not now, Sigourney Weaver, there's a mass insurgency.
I'll have to eat caution later, I have stuff to do. As long as I have my colorful picture book.
Let me just put on my attack bib and I'm ready to go.
He's trying to set up for a LAN party. They said I can't come out until I do my homework. I can't believe the umbrella can bounce lasers, but whatever. Oh, here he goes!
It's like a fucking Red Lantern or something, just set him up and watch him go.
You can't contain him any longer. This is actually a bit clever, I have to admit, because Otto is too stupid to tell it apart.
Are we playing hide and seek now?
Hello! Oh, that's just cheap. Define dancing! And let me tell you, when this happened, people cheered when he died. Thus endeth the legacy of Gopher, the most evil robot in history.
I just noticed that crazy Monsieur robot is like Animal from the Muppets.
Yeah, he's kind of got that sense about him, yeah. Oh no, it's the shit-mandated exercise program kicking in. No, I didn't get to eat caution yet! The world's biggest Arbor Day Foundation parade.
This is just one giant eat greens message, isn't it? Eat greens or one day you too will have to survive on a spaceship drinking nothing but caution.
This is just a big program designed just in case they had a climax they had to work towards. I don't know what it is, but worship it as our new god!
What is a god? Can we eat it?
It's like that wrestling they had back in the old days. I much prefer John Cena wheel. I think you all need exercise at the same time.
I have coddled you humans more than enough.
You are in fact fat, not big-boned.
Now begins the Age of Steel.
Watch this. I love that. Oh, no fair. They have like a little cow catcher thing going on. He's certainly big enough to catch them all. It's fun that we're about to die.
Some people must have died in like the ensuing crush.
Well, there's this right here. This is ought to crush some people.
I swear this is a scene straight out of SOS: The Final Escape.
Sakurai, we trusted you!
Don't cry for him. He's already dead.
I am Superman?
I have the power.
If I had some guns, I wouldn't be having this problem. The 10-year-olds were right. Well, that's a bit excessive, don't you think? You can't press the button harder and make it go down faster. Oh my god, he's fucking dead. Now, we were all rooting for the captain at this point, because he finally says, fuck it, I'm gonna trash this piece of shit wheel.
The music just makes this scene.
I'm coming for you!
I'm gonna waddle over there. Just watch me.
Whoa, hey, buddy. Man, this was way better when CM Punk did it. Oh, that's convenient, don't you think? Even though it doesn't actually kill him. Maybe he should fall out a window and join the most evil robot ever. Plant, can you eat that too? I don't know, I think it would go great with caution. Oh, thank God that foreign contaminant finally worked out. Pizza trees for everyone. Let's get this thing home.
Pass it along. The sooner we plant it, the sooner we can have pizza.
Nice save. Oh, the T-800. That's what happened to it.
Wally's life ends, much like the actual GameCube, in crushing defeat.
Well, I thought it was like... Was it literally flattened underneath the weight of its competitors?
The PS2 pretty much stomped it underfoot, yeah.
What have I done? Ludicrous speed, go!
And by the time they get back to Earth, they're all like a size 10.
It's like having an especially ugly dog, that cockroach.
Well, it's a good job that ship can produce food en masse, because they're not going to have much to eat once they land.
I'm surprised those supports can still hold it up after all this time. Oh, here I come again.
I love this movie. I want you all to know.
I came in riding on my intergalactic spaceship, just to let you guys know what I thought. Well, that's me normally. I just noticed that one person back there has a walker.
Very subtle. Cocky's time is over now, because people aren't going to put up with cockroaches.
Quit calling him Cocky.
It's a cute little nickname. Godspeed, Wally, whoever you were.
And Cocky, I guess.
He has the technology. I can rebuild him.
I wasn't paying attention during this part of the class. I'm glad that somehow she has the knowledge to fix him.
But can she mend his broken heart?
Well, let's hope so. They made a new model for that, didn't they? See, this is why I don't build my own computer. They'll probably mess it up. Look, at the very least, when Wally's repaired, he'll be able to run Half-Life 2 impressively.
Oh, he's a solar-powered robot. I don't think we ever covered that.
Now listen to when he fully boots up. I'm really loving that Macintosh stuff going on.
Maybe that's why he was able to hold on to the ship for so long, because he was directly in the sun's path of light.
No, I have project planning to attend to.
I must follow the Prime Directive.
Must get college degree and be productive.
Way behind schedule, not enough game queues for people to play.
Must crush Sega in console market.
This is a very bittersweet ending.
Oh yeah, and we all know what's gonna happen, obviously. But I think if it didn't happen, I'd still be okay with it. Because then it would be bittersweet. Yeah, he doesn't have who made him what he was, but then it would be about Eve teaching him how to do that all over again. And maybe, after the credits, we get a sign that the old Wally is coming back. I think that still would have been good. I get what they did. With the whole, it's got to be a happy ending. Okay, that's fine. But if it was another way, I don't think it would have been too bad. But still, at the moment, even though we know this is going to happen, we're just sitting there going, oh my god, everything's fucked and wrong. He finally got to Mac in his darkest hour.
Mac, I get it. You are now mine, forever.
In the future, we are extremely possessive.
He came back wrong.
Ah! No, I can't make fun of this bit. It's just... Johnny 5 is alive! I'm a pimp daddy! I'm a pimp daddy after all!
Humans, look at me! Look at me!
I'm pimping and you ain't! Oh, no, Cocky, you're messing it up. You've got me calling him Cocky now.
They were a very forgettable supporting cast.
Yeah, but still. Aw, come on. That's just...
So, we're at the end of the movie now, Helldragon. What did you think of Wally? Short and sweet, please.
It's touching. For the little flaws it does have, and it's got some, I'll admit. Especially with terms of the difference between the opening bits and the ending bits. It's just, you feel good. It's well made, and, you just feel so happy at the end.
I'll second that, mate. And this marks the end of week 3 of the Disneython. So we'll see you all on Monday for the start of week 4. See you then.